representing Franchise Secrets, Eric Von Horn.
As a franchisee, how much should I be innovating and how much should the franchisor be innovating for me? From the franchisor's perspective, do we want our franchise innovating or do we want them just to follow the system, just to do what we've already asked them to do? And there's a balance in that as well, at least from my perspective. So I've been on both sides of this. I am on both sides of it right now. I always want to be ahead of my franchisees. At Mighty Dog Roofing, I'm always wanting to be ahead of our franchisees. I also like collaborating with franchisees. As a franchisee, I like collaborating with the franchisor. So what that means is if I'm going to try something new, as a franchisee, I'm going to ask the franchisor, has this been done before? What do you think about this? What do you know about this particular training or this particular piece of technology or this application? Whatever it is, I want to have a relationship with the franchisor that I can go to somebody there to talk about cutting edge stuff that me as a franchisee think would be helpful as a local business owner and could also be helpful to the franchisor. Franchisor is going to have a different perspective. They're going to look at that and be like, Eric, you are a franchisee. You're not even doing the basic stuff right. So why are you trying to do next level stuff when you can't even do the basics right? Now that's a very kind of harsh way of saying it, but as a franchisee, I've been guilty of that. The phones aren't getting answered when they need to get answered. First ring, second ring. They're not following the script. They're going off script. I, as a franchisee, am not following up to know what the sales calls are actually like or what the sales team's actually doing. I am missing the basics, and yet I'm wanting to do messenger bots. I'm wanting to do artificial intelligence. I'm wanting to have a more robust app that I can have on my iPhone and I can measure different KPIs just in different ways that's being done currently. I want access to more data to be able to make better decisions because of whatever reason. If I'm not doing the basics right as a franchisee, again, I've been guilty of this, then why do I need to be innovating? Well, we are as entrepreneurs, as business owners, as franchisees, we are always wanting to improve. And that's just the nature of who we are as business owners. But I've forced myself, and this was before as a franchisor, forced myself to take a step back and execute what the franchisor asked me to execute in the first place. And if I didn't agree with it, or I thought it was too basic, or wasn't a real big deal, then I would find out from the franchisor who's doing this thing well, whatever the thing is, the basics of the system, and then follow up with those franchisees to see what they think, and then ask them about innovation. If I'm not on par or better than the other franchisees executing on the basics of the system, I should probably put my time and attention and focus on executing the basics before I try to innovate. But I do like to innovate. So at different times, I have innovated, and it's like I said, it's usually been with a collaborative mindset with the franchisor, and that up to this point has always been welcome by the franchisor. And as a franchisor, I welcome that. I just got an email today from my director of marketing at Mighty Dog Roofing, and she told me, hey, one of our franchisees is going to try this one thing. What do you think? And I saw it, and it was something that we'd actually looked at the franchisor level. And I think it would be really helpful for the entire system. And if they're wanting to do something like that, and they're wanting to test a thing out, then they've proven themselves up to this point of executing and listening on the basic stuff, then I want them to, because I want the franchise system to get better. So here's the thing. When the franchisee and the franchisor have a collaborative relationship around innovation, it works really well. When the franchisee starts doing things without the franchisor knowing about it and stuff that the franchisor would care about, then that's when it starts to go sideways. Or if the franchisor is always saying no to the franchisee who's actually doing the basics of the system really well, that's when things start to go sideways as well.